Hey team, so in this video I'm going to go through creating one of the objects from the practice parts A sheet. I think in this video I'll go through and do the skid mount. If you're not sure what that looks like, I'll just bring it onto the screen now. So we're looking at this one here for the skid mount. So this is what I'm going to create. I'm going to start by creating the shape as it would be at the very back of this object, and I'm going to extrude it forward, and then I'm going to cut off these pieces at the front. So that's my plan. So as with most objects when we're working in Fusion 360, when we're creating a basic object like this, we're going to start with a 2D sketch. So I'm going to click the Create Sketch button. I'm going to pick this upright plane at the back here. That way I can draw the back of the object from that plane and then extrude it forward. To do that, this particular shape kind of looks like the letter H. So I'm going to start by starting on that center point and going up by the first line, which is 40mm long. This is on the left hand side. I'm then going to draw 10mm going to the right, 21mm going down. It indicates that the middle section is 55mm wide, so I'll draw that. Then I'm going to go straight up by another 21, cross by 10, as that's what it describes again. Now I'll go all the way down to the bottom here to the red line. I can do that way, moving over to that point and dragging back, which will make sure that I'm in line with it. Next I'll go across by 10, up by 9, across by the 55 as I did before, down by 9, and again I can do that just by moving to that point and clicking, and then I'll join back up. Now we should have an object basically complete, so that looks pretty good. It isn't entirely done yet because there are some areas that will move around because I haven't set specific dimensions. So first I'm going to add, using the D key on the keyboard, the 40mm end here, and now my object is fully defined. What that means is that I have a black line all the way around on this profile. We also know it's closed profile because it's turned blue. So that's my basic sketch. Now I did that in lines starting at one side and following all the way around and back to the start. That's probably the easiest way to go about doing a shape like this. When I'm done, I'm going to tick Finish Sketch, and then I'm going to click the little house next to the Navi cube here. If it'll let me, apparently not, which is very odd. We'll extrude that shape now. I'm going to extrude it out by the total thickness that it describes on the technical drawing, which if you're not sure is this dimension here, 48mm. So I'll pull it out by the 48. All I need to do is type that in either in the distance box on the right hand side here or in this little box that has appeared, and then I can press OK. Put it back into the home view, something like that. Again, I'm not sure why it's not letting me do that over here. So there's my basic shape. Now if you look at the technical drawing, it's not quite what I've got there. You notice this one has these top areas cut off, so that's going to be my next step, is to just cut off the top of both of those. To do that, I'm going to grab the Create Sketch tool, and I'm going to create a sketch on the very side of the object. It can be either side. That didn't work quite well right for me. I'll try that again. I'm just going to right click on my sketch down here in the timeline and delete it and try again. I wanted to not do it on side. I really want to make sure I click that side there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a line which is the total height of that wedge, which at the back was 21, so it's going to be 21 at the front as well. And I'll click, and then I'm going to join that back up to the top corner, and that will give me a closed profile area which I can extrude and cut off. So I'll tick Finish Sketch, use the Extrude tool again, select that area there, and then for this all I need to do is just drag that from one end all the way off of the other end like that. It's going to cut both sides and finish the shape off for me. When I've done that, I can just press OK, and there's the basic shape. That's all we needed to do to create the skid mount. Right, a bit more of a challenging shape because we've got those two different profiles to create, but now I've been able to create a more complex object. Alright, hopefully that's straightforward enough for you to follow along with, and you can try that one once you've done some of the other ones on the sheet. Remember, the aim is to create all the shapes on the practice parts A sheet.